Good afternoon and welcome to Williams Dog Training Company. We're here today with Fred and Dynamite, and what we're going to be demonstrating for you today is Dynamite's ability to understand and respond to his obedience commands, the corrections and motivations we give him while we're working with him, and the training equipment that we're using. Fred is using a regular 6-foot web training leash, and he's going to keep the bulk of that leash folded neatly in his right hand, leaving his left hand free to give the correction. The correction that we give is a tug and let go to the training collar, which is the second piece of equipment that we're using. Dynamite's been fitted with his own personal training collar, and we'll show you how to properly use this during your one-on-one lesson. As you can see, Dynamite is seated on Fred's left, which is where all our obedience training is done. The first command they'll demonstrate is heeling, which is proper walking on a leash. And Fred and Dynamite take off doing that now. The command you want to use for this is Dynamite heel, and then you just start walking and he'll fall right in line on your left-hand side. Well, we've also gone ahead and incorporated our sit command into this, so anytime Fred stops his feet, as he just did, Dynamite will sit. It's important when you're heeling Dynamite that he walks nicely at your pace on your left-hand side without trying to pull ahead of you or lag behind. If he did attempt to pull ahead or lag behind, say no, give a tug and let go correction to the training collar, repeat the command to heel, and then start walking again. The next command they'll demonstrate is our stay command, which is a hand and voice command. Fred will use the open flat of his left palm an inch or so from Dynamite's muzzle and the one-word command to stay. He walks out to the end of the training leash. Now this is a great exercise to build up self-control in Dynamite. You can start practicing this one at about a minute's time and work your way up in increments until you get to about 3 minutes. Now as Fred returns back to Dynamite, he'll walk all the way around him, providing an added distraction as he goes behind, and right back to that left-hand side heel position. Dynamite holds that sit-stay throughout. Fred gave him some praise and then heeled him right out of it. And we'll show you a little more of the heel, sit, and stay. There's that automatic sit. Heels him out of it. Comes back up. Gonna put him back into a sit. Stay. Gives him the stay again. And back out to the end of that training leash. And this time he'll give him a minute to hold it, and then he'll demonstrate our come or recall command instead of returning back to him.
Dynamite, come.
Calls Dynamite in using his name. Comes right in, sits in front of Fred. And then we have a move called the finish. Fred's going to heel Dynamite right around the back of him and gets him right back to that left-hand side heel position, and he sits. Demonstrate that recall one more time. Have him in a sit, give him a stay, out to the end of the leash, give him a second to hold it, and then he'll call him in using his name. Dynamite gets right up, comes into Fred, sits in front, and then the finish, he heels him right around the back of him, and right back to that left-hand side heel position, and he'll sit. Nicely done. Now this is a good time to remind you want to practice all your commands with Dynamite, about 15 to 20 minutes a day. You can practice inside or outside your home and just incorporate the commands into your daily routine with them. And next up is going to be our down commands. The first one's going to be down from a heel position. Fred will use the open flat of his left palm straight down to the ground and the one-word firm command to down. He gives him a stay and walks out to the end of that leash. Now this is another great exercise to build up that self-control in Dynamite. You can start practicing this one at about 3 minutes and work your way up in increments until you get to about 5. As Fred returns back to Dynamite, he'll walk all the way around him again, just as he did on the sit-stay, and right back to that left-hand side heel position. He holds that down throughout, and Fred heels him right out of it. He'll show you that down again when he comes back around. Now you see Dynamite's doing very well, but it's always important to follow through with your command. So if you give him a command and he does not respond, you say no, give a tug on let go correction to his training collar, and then repeat the command you'd given him. Now Fred gives him the down again and a stay, and back out to the end of his leash. And this time he'll give him a minute to hold it, and then he'll demonstrate that come or recall command right out of the down position.
Dynamite, come.
Calls him in using his name. Dynamite gets right up, comes into Fred, sits in front.
Dynamite.
And then the finish, Fred heels him around the back of him and gets him right back to his left-hand side heel position, and he sits. We'll give him a second to get lined up for our final command, which will be down from a distance. So this will be the down from a distance. You're going to have him in a sit, give him a stay, walk out to the end of your training leash. And this is the only time you use your right hand to give the command. And Fred will drop him into a down from the end of the training leash. He then returns back to him once again by walking all the way around and right back to that left-hand side heel position. Heels him right out of it. Excellent job. Alright, we've demonstrated for you our basic obedience commands that we've worked on with Dynamite while he's been here at school. It's been a pleasure working with Dynamite, and we thank you again for choosing Williams Dog Training Company as your personal dog trainer.